Hi everyone, I am Shivakumar Reddy and I am here to tell you the fundamental aspects of electrical circuits. In this session, I would like to deal with Ohm's law and its limitations and some important definitions related to electrical circuits.
Let us deal with the objectives of the presentation. After the completion of the topic, the learner will be able to understand the basics of electric circuits, state Ohm's law and its limitations, and also different parts of electric network. First of all, let us understand the definition of current. It is the rate of flow of electric charge or charge per second. It is measured in amperes, and 1 ampere is said to be 1 coulomb per second, which is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons per second. Generally, the current direction is taken as the direction of positive charges flow in a circuit. Voltage is the potential energy per unit charge, that is joules per coulomb measured in volts, and ground is considered to be at zero potential or reference point. It is indicated by the symbol V. Resistance, it is the opposition to the flow of electrons offered by a material. The unit is ohms, and before going to Ohm's law, let us understand the dependence of resistance or the loss of resistance. Generally, the resistance of a material depends upon the length of a conductor, area of cross section, and also temperature and nature of the material. And Ohm's law can be stated as at constant temperature the current passing through a conductor is directly proportional to the voltage applied, that is I is proportional to V, and when I is made equal to, it becomes V by R, where 1 by R is known as conductance of the material and R is known as resistance, which is a constant here. And in order to maintain the resistance as constant, we have to maintain the temperature also constant here because of the dependence of temperature, resistance on the temperature. Let us see how the temperature is going to show its impact on the resistance for various materials like conductors, semiconductors and insulators. For conductors, the resistance increases with temperature. That means as the temperature increases, the resistance also increases, and the conductors are said to be having positive temperature coefficient. Whereas for semiconductors and insulators, the resistance decreases with increase in temperature, hence they are said to have negative temperature coefficient. So here we see a few limitations of Ohm's law. Ohm's law is not applicable for metals which are heated by current to a large extent, and also for electrolytes where enormous gases are produced on either electrode, for vacuum tubes and arc lamps, for gas-filled tubes in which ions are generated as the current passes, and for semiconductor device whose the operation depends upon the direction of current. Here we go with some electrical symbols. Generally we use in electrical circuits. Here we go with wire, representation of wire, conductors which are connected and not connected, symbol for ground, for a cell, a battery which is a group of cells, and incandescent lamp, symbol for fuse, resistors fixed and variable, switch, voltmeter and ammeter. So all these symbols generally we use in our electrical circuits. Now let us go with some important definitions of our electrical circuits. First, let us see what is an electrical network. It is defined as a combination of some active elements and resistances. And circuit. Circuit is a network in which at least there should be one closed path for the flow of current. Of course, it is also a network, but there should be at least one closed path. Hence, we can say that all circuits can be considered as electric networks, but all networks may not be circuits. Next, active elements. Active element means it is that part of an electric network which plays an active role or dynamic role. Or you can say that which supplies the energy, electrical energy in an electrical network. That is considered as active element. Generally voltage source and current source are considered as active elements. And passive elements means which are going to, these are the elements of an electrical network which are going to absorb electrical energy, like resistance. Linear circuit, this is a circuit in which whose parameters are constant, that is they do not change with the direction of voltage or current. Examples are resistance. Non-linear circuit, here the parameters are going to change with the direction of voltage or current. Examples are diode. So diode in which in one direction it is said to be forward biased, that is when anode is connected to positive terminal and cathode is connected to negative terminal, the current flows, whereas the directions are reversed, it acts like an open switch, no current will flow through that. And unilateral circuit, so this is a circuit in which whose properties or characteristics change with the change in the direction of its operating current and is known as unilateral circuit. Example diode, transistor, and etc. Bilateral circuit, here the properties or characteristics will remain the same in either direction. Example resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Active circuit, it can be defined as it's a closed circuit in which the active elements like voltage sources, current sources are found along with some passive elements. Passive circuits, this is the circuit in which only passive elements are present. And let us now have some definitions part related to the electric network. So first let us say junction or node. It is a point of an electric network where two or more elements are connected and the division of current takes place. Branch, it is that part of an electric network connected between two junctions. Loop, so loop is actually a closed path and may contain active or passive elements or both. Mesh, it is the most elementary form of a loop which cannot be further subdivided and is known as a mesh. So it is also a loop, but it is the elementary form of fundamental part of a loop which cannot be further subdivided. So here we can have some in this example we can see A, B, C, D, B, E, F, C, and E, G, H, F are the examples of meshes, whereas A, B, E, F, C, D and B, E, G, H, F, C, B these are some of the examples of loops. So I hope that the content is very much clear to you in this session 1. In session 2 of electric circuits, we shall be discussing the Kirchhoff's laws and problems related to that. So, till then, bye. Thank you.